Hello, friends, and welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, and welcome into our Christmas Day mailbag. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. I asked for questions on Twitter, and this one from Marcus was a pretty common theme. Why do I allow myself to get hurt by believing in this team? All I can say is go drink some eggnog. Maybe we'll end up feeling a little bit better. All right, next up from Austin. He says, when I asked if you guys wanted one, says, enjoy your Christmas with your family. I know we are your Cowboy YouTube and Twitter family. We can wait till December 26th. Austin, I appreciate that, but I still got a video for you guys. I got you guys covered, and if it's your first time watching the show, trying to get away from the in-laws or whatever on Christmas, get a little break to yourself here. If you want daily videos on the Cowboys, not just now, but after the season ends, then subscribe. The link there is below. If you're watching on YouTube, though, hit that big red button. We're going to keep you covered on all kinds of things Jason Garrett related and a whole bunch of questions here on the show. Many of them, by the way, were on Jason Garrett, and okay, could a change come in the near future? He is certainly a goner. Look, the end is finally near. We are almost there, everybody. One more game, because they're not going to, the Eagles aren't going to lose to the Giants. Cowboys aren't going to make the playoffs. Garrett is out of excuses, he's out of scapegoats, and finally, no playoffs means a coaching change is finally coming for this team. The search is on, by the way, behind the scenes. That's the real point I want to get across here. Yes, Garrett's still your head coach. Look, Jerry can finagle his way with words about how, oh no, we haven't met with Urban Meyer. Wasn't the report. Report was that they'd spoken to him. Read between the lines, guys. The search is on behind the scenes. I don't know exactly when a firing will happen, but it's going to happen. Maybe it's on Monday, maybe it's on Tuesday. Whatever it is, Garrett's time is up. And I know what you guys want. Type FG in the comments section if you want Jason Garrett fired. So type your FGs in there in the comments if you want Jason Garrett fired. Now we'll move on with some more coaching staff questions. This one from Jod. Who on this coaching staff do you honestly think should come back? I'm taking Gary Brown, Mark Colombo, and Jon Kitna at most. Question I asked on Twitter actually the other day. Who do you guys want back? And not that many. I am down to keep Jon Kitna. That is the one I want. I think he's done a good job with Dak Prescott. I think Dak's mechanics have improved in part because of Kitna. I like what Jon has done. He is the one I'd want to keep. And frankly, maybe there are a few other offensive guys worth considering. Mark Colombo was the one that kind of jumped to mind for me as an option here. Gary Brown, I don't really care. Sanjay Lal, the receivers can't catch, so I don't really see the reason to bring him back. Tight ends coach Doug Nussmeier has been fine. He's replaceable, though. Whatever. You can talk me into maybe Kellen Moore, but I'm not going to let Kellen Moore dictate what head coach I go get. If I go get like a Lincoln Riley, I don't care about Kellen Moore anymore. Defensively, don't care about any of them. They can all go. The coaching staff has been a gigantic disaster this year. Kitna is the one guy I'd be like, hey, yeah, we should probably keep him. You can talk me into Colombo in large part because of the development of Lael Collins. I think Mark gets some credit there. Now, it is Christmas, so what'd you guys get? Let me know in the comments section, and I can give you guys a little late Christmas present in, I don't know, a week. We'll just call it a week, maybe hopefully less than a week, when Jason Garrett is inevitably fired by the Dallas Cowboys. Wish we had that sooner, but everyone in the comments, while you're enjoying your day, let me know what you guys got for Christmas or Hanukkah, of course, if you do not celebrate, or whatever gifts you got this year. Now, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120. They gave me an early Christmas present with a little extra deposit bonus there. They threw $25 my way around Thanksgiving time. So head over to BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet, and use that promo code Cowboys120. Todd Clark wants to know if the Cowboys will let Cooper walk and then sign Byron Jones. A couple different questions on this one. Before we dive in too far here, I want to know from you guys, which player is more important to the Cowboys? Is it Amari Cooper? Is it Byron Jones? If you think it's Amari, type your C's in. If you think it's Byron, type in your J's. I'm going to go with Amari Cooper. I think he's a little bit more important for this team. but I need the healthy Amari Cooper if that is the route I am going to go. So speaking of Amari Cooper, Taylor wants to know if we let Amari walk and we re-sign Cobb, what free agent wide receivers are available to go after this offseason? Now first, the overarching look here at the Cowboys wide receiver depth chart this offseason. Cooper's a free agent. You've got Gallup back, who he's a number 2, guys. Cobb would be your slot guy. That would leave Tavon's a free agent. Devin Smith, Cedric Wilson, Ventel Bryant, Noah Brown, and John Vay Johnson. Sorry, I hurt a little bit. That's not going to get it done. We tried that last year. That's not going to get it done. And herein lies the problem, right? Cooper's going to be expensive, but these are your top free agent wide receivers. AJ Green couldn't even play this year. I'm a big Emmanuel Sanders guy, but he's old, also has injury problems. Robbie Anderson sure as hell ain't consistent. Geronimo Allison, DeMarcus Robinson are 2-3s. They ain't number 1s. And that lies the main problem here with the Cowboys and the Amari Cooper situation. He's going to be expensive. He's been banged up. We'll talk more about this as the offseason progresses, by the way. But what are the alternatives? Probably not going to get Judy or Lamb. It's not great. Christian, meanwhile, would love to get a better cornerback. What good corners are in free agency this offseason? So same deal there. Let's take a look at where the Cowboys sit in terms of their depth chart at the cornerback spot. Byron Jones, he's a free agent. Anthony Brown, CJ Goodwin are both free agents. Those are 3 of your top 5 options out there. I love Jordan Lewis. Keep him in the nickel role. That's his spot. Awuzie regressed this year. So regardless of what you do with Byron, let's say you bring him back, you want a new number 2. It's a little bit expensive. The guys out there, it's a better crop. Marcus Peters gets beat, but he makes plays. Chris Harris, fun fact, his numbers aren't that different than Byron Jones, guys. James Bradbury, Logan Ryan, Bradley Roby, those are certainly upgrades over Awuzie, but the price is going to be dicey here. If you lose Byron, yes, you can sign those guys, but how much better are you truly getting in the end at the cornerback position unless it's a Peters or a Harris? And if you didn't want to get in a bidding war for Byron Jones, you're going to get in a bidding war for one of those guys either? It's a little bit dicey. So for a corner, beyond maybe trying to find some cheap guys that could fill in, like a Randall Cobb, for example, that type of player, draft might be the best route if you want to upgrade the cornerback position. As mentioned, today's show brought to you by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120. We're talking about money. They're going to give you something to bet with. That 120% deposit bonus, you put down $50, extra $60 coming your way for free, but you got to use that promo code Cowboys120, and only if you go to chatsports.com/bet. All right, Sad Waluigi. Wow, botched that one. Sad Waluigi's next up here. For the draft, Cowboys should use a high draft pick on a tight end and use all the rest of the picks on defense. 20 offense shows potential with a new coaching staff. I agree with that last part there and the defense. And tight end certainly is a need because you got Jason Witten, who is an old free agent and got to get him off the field at this point. Blake Jarwin is your number 2. He's an RFA, by the way, so they'll be able to bring him back. I'll let you guys in on a secret, though, with Blake Jarwin and Jason Witten right now. They're not good blockers. It's not really what you want out of your number 1 tight end for a team that runs the ball like the Cowboys deep down have wanted to. Dalton Schultz, meh. He's a number 3 tight end. That's who he is. Draft-wise, especially since Pat Freiermuth did not declare, it's not great. Bryson Hopkins, probably going to be maybe a round 2 guy. Hunter Bryant is more athletic. I like him as a move tight end, but he's not a great blocker. Jared Pinkney, okay. Harrison Bryant won the tight end award this year for college football. Albert O, if you want to know how to pronounce his name, it's Albert Okwebunam. Just call him Albert O. It's a lot easier. He hasn't been the same guy since his freshman year. It's not a great tight end class. I would have drafted one last year, but here we are with the Cowboys having issues at tight end. Might just be a punt here or try and find a stopgap for the time being, or maybe take a developmental guy like Adam Trotman at a date. And frankly, I don't know if Blake Jarwin is your tight end one of the future. Maybe you give him a year to truly see and not let Jason Witten take all of his snaps, because Witten was only going to play 25 snaps a game, right? Cowboys lie to you a lot, folks. They really try to spin you on stuff that isn't accurate whatsoever. I don't think that he is. I am down to try him next year, see if he can be the guy, because it's not a great tight end class, but I don't think you can bank on Jarwin being your long-term tight end one because of his blocking deficiencies. Now, down the field, I like him in that role. I want more of that. He's better than Witten. I just don't know if he's the true answer. Maybe the Cowboys should look for other help going forward. All right, Spinoza-Nosa, our last one here. Will the Cowboys draft a DT or an offensive tackle? We'll break down both of those here. First, on the offensive line. I don't know if you're going to see OT be drafted. Cam Fleming is under contract. It's a team option, so he could be cut, but I don't think he will be. Brandon Knight actually played pretty well. Very pleased by how he looked there in terms of as a surprise overall. Then on the rest, you have Mitch Hyatt. I don't trust him. Really, if you're going to look anywhere, it's probably going to be on the interior, where you've got three of your top backups. Adam Redmond, Joe Looney, and Xavier Su'a-Filo are all free agents this upcoming offseason. So tackle, it's possible. I just don't think the Cowboys are going to go that route. The defensive tackle spot, meanwhile, oh no. We'll include the flex to include Tyrone Crawford and Michael Bennett and I guess Kerry Hyder too. Guess what? Crawford could be cut. Michael Bennett's a free agent. Your top two nose guards, Antoine Woods, who is an RFA, so he might be back. But Christian Covington's a free agent. Malik Collins is a free agent. You legitimately, when free agency starts, could have Tristan Hill and Daniel Wise as your defensive tackles. Now, I think Woods comes back, which helps you out at the one technique, but you better draft a DT. You don't have the depth, and Tristan Hill can't get on the field. So defensive tackle, undoubtedly, is one of the Cowboys' top needs. We mentioned tight end. I think that's one. Whatever you do with receiver, that's probably one too. Cornerback, safety. It's a lot of needs you need starters at because free agency is coming in the NFL. You simply can't re-sign everybody. Players are going to leave. The Cowboys, they've got some gaps to fill this offseason. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.